There are things that you see on the internet and you think, that's ridiculous. But then based on how the team is run, Kaizer Chiefs that is, you cannot just say, that's not going to happen. Because as we've seen time and time again, Kaizer Chiefs will surprise you. Hello and welcome to Kosi Nation Fan TV. I am Bilo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs Football Club. And in today's video, I want us to talk about If Njabulo Blom and Fleurs. So Njabulo Blom. So basically, if you have not seen the story or heard people talk about the story, so according to Sokaladuma, apparently Njabulo Blom has been offered to SuperSport United by agent yake Rob Moore, and people are saying, vele, that's the way that Blom is moving to Sundowns, because we know it goes through SuperSport. So the question is, how true is this? Do I believe this can actually happen? Here's the thing. Blom right now, we were told Uguti Bobby Mtaung said they were going to approach abazali baka Blom because the agent Rob Moore was being unreasonable, or Mtaung thought Rob Moore was basically trying to exploit them, and yada yada and yada yada. But now there is more to the story, because apparently If Njabulo Blom, after being approached by Bobby Mtaung, they said, no, we do not want the offer because we trust the agent Blom. We trust the agent Njabulo. So if that's the case, that basically means we are back to square one, because if Chiefs tried to go around Rob Moore because they were avoiding the offer that was tabled by Rob Moore, but then when they went to the family, they then hit the brick wall again. So then what's next for them to do? It's either to just give him the money that he wants, or to actually let him go. Because if I'm not mistaken, he's entering his last 6 months, January, if I'm making a mistake, incorrect. And he can now sign a pre-contract with the team, with another team that he wants to go to. Which would then mean Izinto says out of control, and the Chiefs will no longer have any leverage on him. Really, they don't have any leverage on him even right now, because with what Blom is doing, with the quality or the kind of player that he is, you could see why any team would be happy to have him. Because for starters, he is a utility player. That's the most important thing, I think. Uguti can play as a defensive midfielder, which is doing so well at Chiefs right now. But you can also play him go right back, and he will just still give you the good quality that he gives with defensive midfield. I think he plays better as a defensive midfield. But you can also play him as a third center back. So you can play him in my position now 3 and Una 22. So you have all these things going for Blom. You have age on his side, you have quality on his side. He's not injury prone. And then you ask yourself, Uguti, I don't know how long this was, like 2-3 weeks now since we're told Uguti them Mtaungs approached the family Blom, or we're planning to approach the family Blom. Why is it taking them so long to just decide to go to this is the amount of money that he wants, let's give him the money that he wants? Of course, there could be Uguti, we are just being played by agent the same way that he did the first time around. Uguti, the story was leaked to some newspaper. Uguti, negotiations have stalled and wada yada, and maybe that's his way of putting pressure on the team. But on the other hand, I don't think the agent needs to put any pressure on them, because the fact that the January transfer window is approaching, that is pressure enough, because then he can sign a pre-contract. So that on its own adds pressure. I don't think this additional pressure is the one thing that will move the Chiefs. So okay, yeah guys, and Minavele, I wouldn't be surprised if Blom ends up leaving the Chiefs, because of how stingy our like management is. So I wouldn't be shocked. So nani if you eventually hear ukuthi this story is true, if it is true, then it's sinking in bafethu, because kwamanje as we speak we don't have a defensive midfielder. Ungangitshela ukuthi we have Cole. We've seen ukuthi that position at defensive midfield needs someone who works really hard, and Cole in his prime, very good player for that position, but right now the legs are gone. He can run the final 20 minutes, but you cannot rely on Cole to start and finish the game. So yeah, kunzima ngempela ukuthi how can you then let go a player who's like the only thing that you have going a team in right now? Because mina personally, the best player in the past 4 or 5 games, whether we had a bad or good performance, Blom was always there, playing with passion, playing with everything that you need to see from a Kaizer Chiefs player. Yet this is happening. Asisibukeni story as it develops ukuthi where is it gonna end up. The next person I want us to talk about is Fleurs. So sakhuluma vele ngeSuperSport neChiefs. Now apparently Fleurs, also another 22-year-old, he not apparently, he's linked with the Chiefs ukuthi he might move to the Chiefs, but also there's interest as well from a Pirates. Now for those of you who don't know Fleurs, he's playing for SuperSport United. He can play as a center back, he can also play as a defensive midfielder, and under Kevin Hunt he's not really played games as much because wakugcina beginning of the season, and then we know Guto Hunt, he trusts more experienced players. So Uhanti has trusted more experienced players, and then that put Fleurs back pecking order, and he's not playing that much anymore. And just like Blom, he's entering his final 6 months of his contract yakhe January, which means any team can sign him on a pre-contract, which makes amehlo management Chiefs, if ngempela kukuthi Chiefs yamfuna, I think they would be happy to hear ukuthi there is a 22-year-old who's available to be signed on a pre-contract, because as we know, they don't want to pay any money. So if there is a 22-year-old who can play as a center back, a position that we still don't have much depth because we're leaking goals even now, and also he can play as a defensive midfielder, another position that we don't have cover so you see ukuthi how he can solve inking as a Chiefs for free. We know how we love my free agents Chiefs. So yeah, it's a move. I won't lie, I've not seen him play. It's a move that would make sense for them to make, and based on how they've made signings, they just sign anyone who's available, and right now Fleurs is that player who's available, and they could just go out in January, sign him on a pre-contract, and be ready for him to join the team next season. So yeah, those are the things. Yeah, we'll see how these things happen as we prepare for a derby. I will see you video where I'll be previewing the derby game tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelo Moya.